2K Sports Pregame Show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Our featured matchup tonight out in New York, where the Knicks will be going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, they are clearly amped up for this one and determined to have a strong showing from the get-go. They feel this is a game they can win and want to establish that pace early on. Let's talk for a moment about Derrick Rose. At this point, it's unlikely he'll ever return to his MVP level, but he can still leave his mark on a game, can't he, Ken?
He can, and he still can push the tempo. He still can lead a team. And defensively, he's still, I would say, top of the game. You know, his shot hasn't returned the way it has probably before the MVP, but he's still a smart player and can, you know, Shaq, he can put that dagger on you.
See, what I don't like about Kenny is guards always try to protect each other.
I didn't think there was anything you didn't like about him.
I know, but one area where Rose has improved is he takes better care of the ball now. Ooh. He was real loosey-goosey with the ball. That was his weakness when he first came into the league. But now he's playing like my main man Kenny over there. You don't really have a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, I never turned it over that much. I'm going to get rid of it before I turn it over.
That does it for us for now. Kevin Harlan with the call. We'll see you later.
You came for battle, just expect to bleed. Oh, I'm a born survivor. Don't count me out, cause what don't kill me only makes me stronger. Cause what don't kill me is only more to conquer. Makes me stronger.
All eyes are on the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right. And the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. And before we get underway here, let's check over with David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach Jeff Hornacek.
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. Let's see if they got the message. Kevin?
Thanks, David. These two teams both pretty fearsome on the glass.
Yeah, and the reason they are because they have guys who want to attack the glass. Second chance points are going to be huge in this game.
And they go in valuing the rebound. That's probably one of the first things that coaches put on their grease board.
No matter what you shoot, if you can get more possessions, you have a chance to win.
And so off the tip, it's New York. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the Bulls, Taj Gibson is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Rondo in at the guard position. Now here's Rondo following the miss by Porzingis. Here's Wade. No good on that one. Good D by Lee.
Blown opportunity right there. Point blank lay in. Come on now.
And that one drops. Lee's got his team on the board to start the game for the Knicks.
No, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
It's something they better correct quickly because he'll start running wild if they don't defend him any tougher than that.
Now here's Butler. 6 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
It's not often you see that kind of mental lapse. He just lost track of where it was.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Lee dishes to Rose. Anthony kicks to Porzingis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Taj Gibson picks one up. When you watch Porzingis play out there on the floor, he is just pure excitement on either end of the floor. You have to expect the unexpected, and watch Greg for big plays because he has been delivering.
He comes up with what I call momentum plays more often than not. The pitching for the huge putback dunk or the block. His style of play is why he became so popular so quickly.
And that one misses.
And one thing about Kristaps Porzingis, you know he can overcome adversity. I mean, he was booed heavily on draft day for not being the selection the fans wanted. And you know what? Didn't let it bother him and didn't take it personal. All he did was go out and win over every fan of the New York Knicks imaginable, and he made a few more. Just a spectacular rookie campaign, and I just tell you guys, the sky is the limit for this young man.
Now here's Rondo. Back to Lopez. Lee with the steal. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Drains the three-pointer. 6-0. Knicks on defense. And for Porzingis getting booed on draft day, that can leave a sour taste in a lot of players' mouths, but he understood it, and he just uses it as motivation.
Kevin, give him credit. A lot of players may let that distract them or detract from who they are, but not Porzingis. That exciting play, though, quickly won over any critics he may have had.
Here is Rose. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Lee passes to Noah to the inside. Here's Anthony. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Anthony's got his first basket.
He is definitely a very clever player who keeps the defense on their toes.
Here is Rondo. Lopez outside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Anthony. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And a bit of an end of an air when Joakim Noah left Chicago. Many figured he'd be a Bull for life, but with a reduced role and issues with others in the organization, Steve, it seemed like the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, for Joakim Noah, one of those guys you just said, hey, he's always going to be there. But I think the injuries and then being able to play at a high level without Joakim Noah, he'll definitely be missed. But it was just time for Joakim Noah to move on.
And everyone knows that the Knicks have been committed to the triangle offense. Not the easiest offense to run or learn, Greg Anthony, but they are staying with it.
And I think for the foreseeable future, that is going to be the plan. I mean, their roster can work with it, but it hasn't been easy thus far. You wonder if the offense has simply fallen out of favor due to the up-tempo nature of the modern NBA.
Now here's Rondo. Now the dish to Gibson. He feeds it to Butler. Gibson with the screen on Anthony. Here's Butler. And Anthony sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. So both teams changing it up here. Screen by Grant. Shot clock at 6. Butler up top. The shot from 20 feet away. The shot, no good. So New York will take it the other way. New York moving the ball around. Grant against Jennings. The 17-footer. New York, no good that time either.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Grant outside. Lopez outside. And Mirotic has it in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
When Mirotic gets free beyond the arc, he is letting it fly. Just a knockdown shooter who loves stroking the three ball.
Jennings kicks to Anthony. And there's the pass to Lee. Shot off the screen. And it falls over the rim and in. Lee's got 7 points in the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Wade outside. Top of the key, Butler. Lopez a screen. Taken away by Anthony. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
The Knicks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. A different look for New York. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Joakim Noah. And Thomas subbed in for Anthony. The Bulls also changing it up. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Butler. And it's Valentine in for Dwayne Wade. And both free throws good for Lee.
Take a look at the Bulls roster now. A lot of young talent versus veterans they had in the past. Not a lot of these guys you see as superstars, but I think a lot of them will be starters in their careers.
Jennings can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 9. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Grant outside. Back to McDermott. Uncovered. Count it.
Doug McDermott is a very good catch-and-shoot basketball player.
Outside Jennings. For the 3. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
A thrilling way to finish this one.
And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player. And if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
They've been super aggressive on that end, and they've been rewarded for it so far. Let's see if they'll be able to maintain this for the rest of the game.
So the Bulls 5 right now. McDermott and Mirotic, the sharpshooting forwards. Rajon Rondo is out there with Valentine. And it's Gibson in at the 5 down low. Tony Snell's checked in for the Bulls. And Smitty, we have a question sent in by one of our viewers. This is from Quinn up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He asks, they were wondering what you'd like to do in the offseason to decompress from basketball, to get away from it.
You know, physically, I like to do a little yoga, like to swim, and I think something challenging. I love to play golf because that humbles me. I'm still not good at it, Kevin, but I keep going at it.
And you have fun doing it.
I do. I have a lot of fun. You know why? No scorecard. Not at all.
But once a competitor, always, right? You can't lose that edge.
No, not at all. So that's the one thing I like about it is me versus the ball versus the hole, and they're winning right now.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee. Well, after the Bulls said goodbye to Derrick Rose, you knew they were going to be in the market for a point guard. And Rajon Rondo stepped right in, and although not a direct replacement for what Rose brings, still a very strong signing. They could have done a lot worse when it comes to filling in that lead guard role.
First free throw is good. At Rajon Rondo, he showed GA that he was still an elite playmaker in his one-year stop in Sacramento. He felt that Chicago, now with Dwayne Wade, was the perfect fit for him.
And Rondo wasted no time when he got to Chicago. It was apparently a big part of the recruiting effort that landed the team Wade. I mean, a lot of changes for the Bulls. But overall, you have to say with Rondo and Wade as their new backcourt, they're in a great spot.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Anthony kicks to Rose. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Derrick Rose still trying his best to be a healthy player in the NBA. Injuries certainly, Steve, have played a factor in all his seasons since 2012. Hard for him, it seems at times, to get a rhythm, missing so much time.
It is, and a rhythm is what you have to have when you're shooting the basketball. A lot of his time off is used to rehab that knee. And then now you get a chance to get the knee 100%. Now you have to play basketball. So for him, doing both at the same time, it's been hard.
Free throw drops for Rose. And you have to give credit to Derrick Rose. He has improved a great deal in his ability to reduce mistakes in his ball handling. Always has had, Steve, great handle. But now he is just avoiding bad situations, it seems.
You know, at times when you have that experience, you played for a while, the game slows down. And I think for Derrick Rose, he's getting a chance to see the game at a speed that he's so comfortable, knowing that he needs teammates to win basketball games. And he is doing a nice job of not turning it over.
Now here's Rondo. He dishes it to McDermott. Gibson the screen. Rondo kicks to Gibson. Takes the 13-footer and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Yeah, but he has to take that shot 10 out of 10 times. It was right there for him.
Here's Hernan Gomez. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Now here's Rondo. Pass to Valentine. Left side, Gibson. Clock at 4. And it's Rondo in the corner. No good from outside. The Knicks leading by 11. Holiday with it. Now guarded by Valentine. Rose dishes to Holiday. Outside Anthony. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
The Bulls last year with a surprisingly disappointing season. They missed the playoffs for the first time since 2008, ended up 9th in the East, 1 spot out of the playoffs.
Changes for Chicago. Butler comes in for Tony Snell. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Valentine. Bulls trail by 13. And although the Bulls were able to finish above 500 with a 42-40 record, Steve, fans were hoping to see that team challenge for the East title in the playoffs.
A big problem for the Bulls was the rest of the East, and their own division drastically improved as well. The Bulls were a team that just couldn't get it going last season.
And again, Chicago, no good. The Knicks leading by 13. And Holiday kicks to Rose. And stolen by Butler. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Gibson passes to Rondo. Outside Butler. 5 to shoot to stop the drought. And again, Chicago, no good. Outside Anthony. Dishes it to Rose. Tries a 3. The rebound by Gibson. Bulls trail by 13. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
For New York, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. New York moving it around. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Porzingis has got 5.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Here's Rondo. Sweet little floater.
Even with a hand in Rondo's face, he still knocked that one down.
The Knicks leading by 13, and the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. The Bulls also changing it up. Robin Lopez is checked in for Gibson. Mirotic comes in for McDermott. And it's Jaren Grant in for Rajon Rondo. .110 left in the first half of the game. Pass to Kuzminskis. It's back to Jennings. Wade against Lee. It's back to Jennings. And Grant sends it back. Mirotic dishes to Grant. Inside, it's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Yeah, questionable, but it almost got through. It's probably a quick bucket if it did.
44 seconds left to play here in the half. Mirotic the screen. And O'Quinn sends it back.
They are really struggling from the floor.
Kuzminskis the pass to Jennings. Lee kicks to Thomas. The feed to O'Quinn. Thomas a screen. Leans. Lopez with the block.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
For New York, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
At the line for 2.
The first one falls.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And so O'Quinn nails both of them. And here are the Bulls now, down by 15. Butler with the ball. He kicks it to Grant from deep. And so that brings the first half to a close. Knicks out front, up by 15. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Good to see you back out here, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They lead by 15. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they could forget about a comeback.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to New York City with all its buses and cars, cabs, people, all the hustle and bustle. This is truly the city that never sleeps. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Great performance by Courtney Lee.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He got some easy buckets, made some tough shot. He erupted in the first half of play.
Steve, I always hear you talking about your Spartans. Spartans this, Spartans that. Do you follow players more closely who enter the NBA out of Michigan State? I would think it's just natural.
No, for sure. I mean, I get
Our
a
fans,
sense.
they demand honesty.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I go up to Michigan State all the time. Spend so much time. You got Draymond, you got Zach Randolph, Gary Harris, Adrian Payne, so many guys, Allen Anderson, so many guys in the NBA from Michigan State. It's hard not to follow, and we're a close-knit family.
That speaks to the program very well, doesn't it?
It speaks to leadership. Tom Izzo.
Yep. Melo and Porzingis, the 2 stars at the forward spots. Lee out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Noah in at center. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Rondo. Gibson up top. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Outside, Porzingis. Noah. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Jimmy Butler made a big bet on himself back in 2014. He turned down the Bulls' 4-year, $44 million contract extension offer, and it paid off. After a breakthrough season, he signed a new contract, a max deal for 5 years and $95 million. He said of his decision, "I was nervous, I'm not going to lie to you, but everything I put myself through, I knew what I was capable of."
He's come a long way, David. Thank you. The Knicks leading by 19 points. Lee kicks to Anthony. Feeds to Rose. Lee dishes to Noah. Gibson with the steal. Here's Rondo. Got it. Good job in the low post. Rondo's got 5.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Lee passes to Anthony. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his second foul of the game. It didn't take long for Coach Hoiberg to have his first taste of what it's like to be an NBA coach. Jimmy Butler famously said he wanted Hoiberg to coach the Bulls a lot harder during their struggles.
Well, they were used to being coached hard. I think for Hoiberg, he has to be himself. A coach has to have the players buy into their system. And you know what? Winning helps and losing doesn't.
Now here's Rose.
Rose very good of shifting speeds, glides to the hoop, and creates fouls.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, a rock solid 79%.
And he can't get the first one. McDermott's checked in for Taj Gibson. He hits the second from the line.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Chicago calls timeout.
And the Knicks overhauling their roster with some big names. Of course, the former Bulls, Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, but also shooting guard Courtney Lee, who I think can definitely help them with his defense and shooting.
Lopez kicks to Rondo. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. To the paint. Here's Wade. Here's Lopez. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Holiday, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Noah, the screen. Kicks it to Anthony. Off the pick. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Shot's good.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Brandon Jennings, who's checked in for New York.
You know, you figured that Dwayne Wade might be a player to finish his career playing for just one team, the Miami Heat. But in the end, things just ended bitterly. Wade had taken less money in the past so the Heat could win titles. I mean, he was done playing for a discount, and the Bulls, boy, did they step up.
Now here's Rondo. He has 5. McDermott, no one around him, and that one hits back iron. Holiday dishes to Jennings. And Holiday kicks to Anthony. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And with the trade of Derrick Rose and the departure of Pau Gasol, it seemed like the Bulls might look to rebuild and go young. Then they reverse course and get Chicago native Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, and don't forget the deal for Rajon Rondo. They're taking kind of a blended approach. Not a lot of three-point shooting in that backcourt. So it'll be interesting to see how all these pieces fit together.
You have to like seeing Mirotic take these mid-range shots. He's not afraid to fire from there.
1:51 left in the third quarter. Back to Lee, outside Jennings. Noah with a screen on Grant. And the Knicks miss again. Bulls trail by 17. Mirotic has a wide open look. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
Really bad mental lapse by the defense, yet he did not make them pay, surprisingly.
To the wing on the left. Passes it to Lee. Shot clock at 5. Deep 2 from Anthony. And again, it's the Knicks missing. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's Lopez. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
Timeout. New York calls timeout.
Start it.
The Knicks making a switch here.
Kyle O'Quinn. Mendugas Kuzminskas. Lance Thomas.
Picked by Lee. Outside Jennings. Lee sets a screen for Jennings. Outside Thomas. Tries it from 19, and it's Lee that time on the assist by Thomas. Lee's got 11. Bulls trail by 17. Grant kicks to Lopez. Grant outside. Mirotic, the pass to Grant. The wide open look here for Lopez. On the mark with the 15-footer. He has 6.
And it's rare to see that, but Lopez shows some confidence knocking down the mid-range jumper.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Thomas dishes to O'Quinn. To the inside, Lee. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's exactly where they want the ball to go. He did a great job getting the ball into that position.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Shooting 1.
The free throw drops for Lee. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Now, here's Grant. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Mirotic the screen. He got it up. And no good trying to get that one. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead by 18. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Keep fighting, fellas. All right, one possession at a time. All right, how are we going to do it? Take care of the ball. Make sure we're getting back in transition. A lot of game left. All right, we'll get it going here. We'll get it going.
Fred Hoiberg encouraging his players to live in the moment. Don't worry about the score right now. Just keep plowing ahead.
Great point. You can't undo what's already been done. Just deal with what you can control, which is the next possession.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Steve, now that it's all said and done, when you look back in your career, do you have one of those single moments that stand out as your favorite?
Yeah, I think my favorite for me is probably on draft night. And then I think the moment that he retired. So everything in between, and the good and the bad. A lot of people point to the championships and All-Star and the gold medals. but I think the relationships, the ups and downs, the injuries, just everything, it shapes you as a young man.
One of the, going with the saying that the journey is the reward.
It's totally right, Kevin. I mean, that journey, a lot of people don't get a chance to have that journey, so you want to appreciate even the things that didn't go so well.
Yeah, great perspective. So the Bulls 5 right now. Mirotic and Gibson up front. Rajon Rondo is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. And it's the Bulls with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. They set the screen. Here's Gibson. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Joakim Noah's checked in for the Knicks. Anthony comes in for Thomas. And a change for the Bulls. Robin Lopez is checked in for Taj Gibson. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Noah the screen. Wade against Anthony. Fires from 14. And Mirotic sends it back. And he gets it back. 6 on the shot clock. Goes back up. Anthony can't hit.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
All you ask for is execution, and those shots will fall later.
Now here is Mirotic. And again, Chicago. No good. Lee against Butler. Rose kicks to Lee. Some nice passing by New York here. Lopez with the steal. Wade up top, covered by Lee, and it's Rondo in the corner. Lopez outside. Lopez a screen. Outside for Rondo. Shot clock at 3. The offensive rebound. And that one's good by Lopez.
Lopez knows his length is an asset to him on the offensive end, and he used it right there.
The Knicks leading by 18. It's deflected. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Screen by Porzingis. Anthony drives in. Soft touch off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 20.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Exactly what he's trying to do. Take an opponent that's struggling to keep pace and just put them further in the rearview mirror.
Great performance by Courtney Lee.
This is just one of those nights where he decided to take control of this game. He's been scoring at will no matter who he's matched up against. They need to figure out how to force him into tougher, lower percentage attempts.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And here's Rondo. Lopez outside, looking for Wade. He gets it there. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
His whole career, Wade has been making shots like that through contact. Great stuff.
And the return of Wade to his hometown Chicago Bulls, Greg. One of the major stories, certainly, in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, he had bigger offers on the table, but said the only real options for him were Miami or Chicago. And for a Bulls team that seemed on the verge of a rebuild, getting Wade has given them a fighting chance now in the East.
Now here's Anthony. Lee outside. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Mix up defensively, left him wide open from mid-range. That's a shot he needs to hit.
Here's Mirotic. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. 7 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Mirotic not phased at all. Doesn't matter what you're throwing his way, he's going to top it.
Noah the screen. Noah with a screen on Wade. Anthony, the pass to Noah. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Knicks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Courtney Lee. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. Yeah, might as well tack on a few more points to the lead, I guess. This is going to be a dominant win for them.
Never much doubt on how this one's going to go. They just totally outworked them today.
Now here's Lopez. Here's Butler. Another one falls for Chicago.
They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
They just waited too long. If they could have just made this run a little bit earlier, they could have been in the game. But now this game is out of reach.
Here's Lee. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. And it's good off the back rim and in.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
The right time to start playing the best basketball that you can play. They are making everything right now.
Now here's Lopez. Outside Butler. Lopez sets a screen for Butler. 6 on the shot clock. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Lopez doing whatever he can to get himself to the line.
Shooting for Chicago, Robin Lopez at the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Lopez hits them both.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Outside Jennings. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Joe. Nice win tonight. What was your team's attitude coming into the game?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. It's a work in progress, and we just got to keep fighting, and get as many W's as possible.
Well, the trend line is looking good so far right now, Joe. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
He was outrageous. He shot a rare shooting percentage from the field, hitting from everywhere. It didn't matter where he was or who was guarding it. The defense tried to make adjustments, so what? Still knocked down shots.
I like what I saw from him in terms of his offense. It was really a steady night for him at that end of the court. Let me tell you about this guy. He never lacks in confidence. Came out with a purpose, and he got some big numbers and some timely baskets.
And that's it for tonight. But we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.